The Wii Sports Baseball World Cup, a competition so hotly contested that since being hosted this year on the illustrious Wuhu Island, local average temperatures had risen by 1.75 degrees, which was actually really bad for the environment, so it's not funny, is it? This is a serious issue. Reigning champions, the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers, had been feeling the heat more than anyone else, as they found themselves in a tight game against their arch rivals, Lucia's baseball team. With a 5-3 lead heading into the game's halfway point, from the outside, things seemed to be going well. However, with the opposition captain Lucia acting incredibly strange, there was instead a growing sense of unease, so much so that Captain Engine Room was forced to call for a timeout. Meanwhile, team tactician Mindbrain had made a terrible discovery. Someone or something was monitoring their every move. The Steamers were being watched. And so comes the end of our halftime break, sponsored by Big Conditioner and Crude Oil. Ron, a big second half for both teams. How do you think things will shape up? I just don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is a tough one. I am worryingly unsure. Thanks for the insight, Ron. Now back to the game. With Mindbrain still nowhere to be found, the Steamers headed into the second half a fielder down. The slender lead they held was going to be difficult to hold onto, even more so as Lucia's actions continued to get stranger and stranger. Now, not only was she blinking funny, but she was miming something with her hands. However, as a me, lacking any definition in her fingers, these hand signals were near impossible to read. Lucia, remember whose side you're on, came the call from the bench, and, demonstrating why she ranked among the competition's most skilled players, she hit her shot straight along the boundary line for a devastating double. Pipe had to switch on fast. The Steamers were now just one run ahead, and, ironically, in the blink of an eye, one bad pitch and there it went. A huge home run brought the score to 5-6 in the opposition's favour, and with only the third batting innings to come, the Steamers really were treading a dangerous path. Thankfully, at that very moment, Mindbrain returned. Oh, thank goodness, Mindbrain, where have you been? Are you okay? There's no time for that now. You have to listen to me. I've just discovered something terrible. Oh! Play had continued, and the ball shot in Mindbrain's direction. He scuffed his catch, and Lucia's baseball team scored another double. You can tell me on the bench. We're in a bit of a pickle at the moment. Oh, we're in more than just a pickle. We're in a whole chutney, said Mindbrain. But the action didn't stop, and the chance for any more conversation evaded him. A series of missed catches followed, as Lucia's baseball team found fine form. Things were going from bad to worse. By the time Pipe was able to cut the second innings off, the Steamers were down by 5 runs to 9. Any semblance of a comeback now would take a minor miracle. I don't understand, said Pipe. What did we do last tournament that we aren't doing this time? But before he got an answer, everyone, you must listen to me, stressed Mindbrain. It's about what I saw at half-time. Hang on, if I tell them, I'm only putting them in danger. That being said, we're already being targeted. What do I do? No, you've got this, Mindbrain. You can calculate your way out of anything. All I have to do is take the percentage chance I was spotted, multiply by the time I was away, taking into account the TV coverage plus the amount of security cameras in the stadium, then formulate that into a correlation graph removing anomalies 4, 15, 69, 42, 327, 545 and... Rain fog. Mindbrain, is everything alright? Ooh, Jesus wept. He's blown a fuse. He's fine, Ozymandias. He's just stressed. As am I. And all of you. I can see it in your little cartoonish faces. You're thinking, we lose this game, and we could be out of the tournament. You're thinking, why can't things just be the same as before? Well, I've got news for you, everyone. This is how things were before. 6-2 down in the final, Wrinkles disqualified, and did we even for a second give up? No, we played baseball, goddammit! So sure, we're 4 behind. Again. But the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers always come back. The effect of this speech was slightly lessened by the fact that Engine Room was then immediately caught out. But that didn't matter. The team were motivated again. That infamous Stoke-on-Trent never say die attitude had returned, and so began their resurgence. Spinny Winnie, albeit with the help of a mysterious substance, raised the roof with a splendid double. Then Perfect Mr. Picnic followed suit, skimming the ball expertly along the barrier at the back of the stadium.
I meant to do that. Didn't want to score a home run actually, thought a double might be more exciting.
And it was exciting, just 3 more runs to go, as, filled with courage, Scalene drilled the ball along the turf for a solid single. The only steamer yet to feel the full effects of Engine Room's rousing speech was Mindbrain. You're okay, Mindbrain, you're okay. Don't worry about what happened before, just think strategically like you normally do. Let's see, wind speed is 7 miles per hour, temperature is a moderate 15 degrees Celsius, accounting for humidity of 60%. Divide the angle of incidence by the amount of steamers in danger and add the percentage chance of kidnapping through 7 possible trafficking routes and...
Rain fog.
Once again, Mindbrain spaced out, his shot was undercooked, and the game now hung by a thread. The steamers could only afford 1 more mistake. And then there was Venus.
Double.
The crowd gasped as everyone's hearts collectively flew into their mouths. Whoa! A game of such fine margins, isn't it, Ron? My ex-wife had fine margins, I'll tell you that for nothing. God, I'm lonely. But the fact remained, the Steamers had just scored another run. They were making the impossible possible again. It was the feeling that Pipe loved the most, an overwhelming sense of camaraderie. He was so grateful to be a member of this team. With them by his side, he felt he could do anything but...
You're out.
With such a cruel twist of fate, in an instant, it was over. Pipe was caught out. The game had ended, and for the 2nd time already this tournament, the Steamers had lost. It was the worst feeling ever. Pipe, the one who wanted to keep this team together more than anyone else, may have just made the mistake that tore them apart. Pipe, it's okay. We're not out yet. At least, not on paper anyway, said Spindle, trying to console him. Shall we get going then, Mr. Xavier, sir? What? Xavier? Where are you going? Yeah, sorry guys, the big boss is riding my ass hard over these new infomercials for Big Conditioner's new soft kiwi and durian blend. So I'm gonna have to sunrise this whole baseball idea and instead focus on the logistics of going forwardness for now. What? You're leaving? I prefer the term departing. Has more of a corporate edge to it. Good luck in the next match, okay? I gotta skedaddle, have about 7 meetings before 3:37 PM. So, see you later. Bye-bye. Wait, bye now. No. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Xavier, you... Let him go, Pipe. But we can't be the Stoke-on-Trent Steamers without Xavier. No one is bigger than the team. Blimey, I need people who are willing to shed blood and sweat and piss and tears for this gorgeous yellow kit. Xavier seems more concerned with washing off bodily fluids than shedding them. This is just not our lucky year. Well, I've got news for you, Engine Room. This is how things were before. 6-2 down in the final, Wrinkles disqualified. No, Pipe, you were right. Things have changed. I've had players unable to play before, but never by choice. Excellent choice, Mr. Xavier. Now, about those Xavier-themed loofahs we've been workshopping. And, just like that, he was gone. One of the most prominent figures since Piper joined the team, walking away, and he was utterly powerless to stop it. It was like sand running through his non-existent fingers, but whilst he delved into a world of depressingly poetic metaphors, elsewhere, Lucia had taken Venus aside. It was obviously Morse code. Yeah, to be fair, I don't actually speak Morse, so I was just blinking randomly and hoping for the best. But wait, that means Engine Room won't have got my message. Okay, Venus, listen to me very carefully. I trust you with this more than anyone. Mostly because no one can understand what you're saying apart from conveniently the people that matter, but that's why you're so important. There's something terrible going on at this year's competition. I'm not sure. I don't dare find any more out. One day, my team, they just changed. Usually they'd be all subservient and I could just shout abuse at them and they'd do my bidding. But all of a sudden, they began to order me around. They threatened to take you to, so I've been playing along. But I do know one thing, that you have to tell Engine Room. Don't you think it's strange how the prize this year is so underwhelming? Oh, come off it. They haven't even included a golden nunchuck. And that's the thing. Rumour has it, the golden Wii Remote isn't the only prize. The real prize is something much more valuable. Something a lot of bad people will do anything to get their hands on. So please, tell the team, the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers must forfeit the competition this year, or you could all be in grave danger. Where's Lucia? I want to put her in a WrestleMania suplex again. Oh, gotta go. Be safe. Love you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Okay, Steamers, our next game is make or break. When we analyse the statistical situation of the current points table, qualification is still very mathematically possible. Just how it's possible that we could all be kidnapped any second. What Mindbrain meant to say is, we are not done. Okay, we're second bottom of the table. Okay, Xavier walked out on us, but this is why we have reliable subs. Ooh, aye aye, Captain. Spindle, it's good to have you fighting fit again. Oh, yeah. Yay, go Spindle. And the best news of all, the team we're about to play are doing even worse than us.
Oh, get it, let's go.
No, actually that's a bit disrespectful, Mr. Picnic. They're called the Institute of Throwing and Catching. I would ask Mindbrain for a rundown, but well, let's give him a break for now. And I'll do the analysis instead. My guess is this opposition will be very good at throwing, and I'm willing to bet they're okay at catching as well. I wonder where you got that from, said Scalene. But before Engine Room could make any more astute observations, the game was about to begin. The opposition captain, Theo, was a man with a rather vacant expression. So much so that when Pipe stepped up to bat, he had no idea what awaited him. That is, until... Okay, Theo, pitch a fastball. Pitching a fastball, and the ball came at Pipe with tremendous speed. Taken aback by the whole situation, Pipe mishit his shot, and it was then scooped up by the opposition fielders. When Spindle stepped up, mouth gaping open as usual, things played out just the same. Okay, Theo, pitch a curveball. Pitching a curveball. However, having very obviously overheard the opposition's instructions, Spindle knew exactly what to expect, and she was able to loop the ball perfectly over fourth base and along the foul line to claim an easy single. It was all beginning to make sense. The Institute of Throwing and Catching had practiced fielding so much that not one of them knew how to pitch. So instead they just disguised a ball machine as a person, called it Theo, and controlled it using voice commands. No wonder they were doing so poorly. Okay, Theo, pitch a fastball. Pitching a foul ball. No, that's not what I said. This worked out quite well for Mindbrain, who was still zoned out. It was actually the closest he had come so far to pulling off his new Moonball strategy. With every one of the opponent's moves so transparent, this game would hopefully play out quite smoothly. Scalene was in next. Okay, Theo, pick the ball up. Going up. And the ball was pitched from such a weird angle that Scalene got it all wrong. Perhaps this would not be so straightforward. It seems these voice controls were both a blessing and a curse. When Mr. Picnic hit the ball into the grass, okay Theo, drop to the floor. Dropping the ball. And Mr. Picnic got away with it.
I meant to do that. It was all under control. I'm still perfect.
The same happened for Engine Room, and the Steamers were able to score their first run. Wowee! Good job, team, shouted Ozymandias from the bench. He meant it with all of his heart, but deep down, he wished he could join in. Do something meaningful for once. Even boost team morale.
Hey Winnie, what are you drinking? Is it a special brew or a witch's potion or some sort of river water?
Oh, no, what, this? No, it's nothing. Nothing at all. No, nothing to see here. Don't ask me any questions. It's nothing. It's nothing, I promise it's nothing.
Oh, Jiminy Crickets, Winnie. I was just kidding around. Are you okay?
Sorry, Ozymandias. I'm fine, really.
I don't think you like that drink, do you? Is it a funny flavour? Want me to throw it away for you?
No! Yes, okay. Thank you, Ozymandias.
No, it's no problem, really.
No, seriously. Thank you.
Ooh, well, I don't understand really, but I'm always here for you. Just give me a call. Just bell my line. Just call me on me walkie-talkie. Oh, she's gone.
Without her usual dose of baseball juice, however, Winnie could not perform to her usual standards, and purple shirts swarmed around her shot to end the Steamers' first innings. Time to see how the Institute of Throwing and Catching fared at batting. Okay, Theo, score a double. Turning stadium to rubble. What? No, don't do that! All of a sudden, the whole ground began to shudder. Goodness me, I think we're having an earthquake. Yes, this reminds me of my ex-wife in the bedroom. Not now, Ron, we need to highlight the emergency exits. But to the Steamers' surprise, the game continued. As was designated in the rulebook, World Cup games could only be abandoned due to earthquakes of magnitude 7 and upwards. And as this was only magnitude 6, the Institute of Throwing and Catching could continue their batting. The disruption was so bad that by the time Pipe managed to throw enough straight pitches to get them out, the Steamers were 4-1 down. What, Venus? I can't hear you over all of this shaking. You're going to be batting next, just calm down. It's bad enough with mind brain freaking out. I can't have you going insane as well. Hold on, I think the earthquake stopped. What? Wait, Venus? Why are you glowing?
Play ball!